What's up, everybody? You're locked into another episode of CarPodChats, the only podcast that tells the unfiltered truth about life on the blacktop. From the tower to the sales floor, I'm your host, Dan Malavé, and today we're going straight for the wallet because this episode is all about gross profit, not just how to hold it, but how to maximize it, how to protect it, how to stop giving it away like Halloween candy just because someone squints at their payment. Whether you're on the floor, at the desk, or calling the shots from the GM chair, this one's for you. Because gross pays the bills. And if you can't make money, you're just donating your time. Let's talk about how to maximize gross without blowing up the deal. It all starts with mindset because gross doesn't start on the worksheet. It doesn't start in finance. It starts in your head. Too many salespeople think that asking for a full price makes them greedy, or that pushing back on a trade value makes them a bad person, or that if they don't hook the customer up, they won't come back. Let me tell you something. That's a broke mindset. Value is not the same as discount. Helping people doesn't mean giving away your paycheck. And most importantly, you're not your customer's accountant. When you sell value, when you build trust, when you explain the worth behind the numbers, you earn the gross. It's not a scam. It's not trickery. It's fair compensation for a service and a product. Change your mindset and gross becomes a habit, not a hope. Here's the second truth. Gross is built before the first pencil. That means the walk around, the test drive, the needs assessment, every step where you're painting the picture of why this car is worth what it's worth. You can't shortcut your way through the sale and expect to hold profit. You can't give 2-minute presentation, then cry when the desk shaves the deal. You didn't earn the gross. Gross is earned when the customer says, wow, I didn't know it came with that. Or when they say, this is nicer than I expected. Or even, that explains the price. You can't skip the why and expect them to accept the how much. You want more gross? Then present the car like it's worth every penny. Now let's talk about the desk. This is where gross either lives or dies. And I don't care if you're on the sales floor or the desk, everyone needs to understand what I'm about to say. Confidence closes. Hesitation kills. If you go to the table and you're nervous about the price, the customer smells it. If you flinch when they say that's too high, they know they've got you. But when you pencil with clarity, with purpose, with belief in the numbers, you win more. Start high, not crazy, just confidently. Don't discount before they ask. Don't apologize for your price, and don't assume everyone's a payment buyer. Some people care more about time, safety, or features than that $27 a month difference. And please, for the love of gross, stop giving it away before they object. That's not customer service. That's lazy fear-based selling. You want to know where gross goes to die? The trade appraisal. So many reps and even managers tank gross because they're scared to hold the line on a trade. Listen, everyone thinks their car is worth more than it is. That's not you. But your job is to explain reality, not apologize for it. Use tools, show market data, educate your guest, walk them through the recon. If their tires are bald and they're upside down, don't sugarcoat it. Respectfully, show them why their car's not worth what they think. And here's the trick. When you explain it clearly, most people will still buy. They just want to be respected and informed. But if you fold immediately or toss them a phantom number just to make the deal work, guess what? You just bled gross. Know your numbers, stand behind them, be ready to justify them. Confidence closes, excuses cost money. Now, let's talk about the back end because front end gross is only half the story. If you've got a solid desk, but your finance guy can't sell product or holds deals for 2 hours, you're losing money every single day. F&I should be efficient, clear, and effective. No shady tactics, no ridiculous markups, just simple, honest, value-based selling. Teach your finance team to stack wins, not just push paper. The best finance managers, they don't present menus. They explain protection. They show real examples. They talk to the customer like a person, not a wallet. And they understand the speed is part of value. A 90-minute F&I turn is stealing time and CSI. You want more gross? Then build a finance team that sells solutions, not just signs forms. Managers, yeah, I'm talking to you now, because growth starts at the top. If you're soft, your team is soft. If you always cave, they'll stop fighting. If you desk like a cashier instead of a leader, you'll train them to bring you garbage. You have to hold the line. Set clear price expectations, track discount averages by rep, celebrate big gross wins, coach reps to sell the value, not the price, and above all else, lead with courage. It's not about being a jerk. It's about teaching your team that we don't have to give away the store to sell a car. We're professionals. We know our market and we deserve to make a profit. Now, the part that gets ignored the most, the very beginning. Gross is won on the lot, not at the desk. If your reps skip steps, if they treat the test drive like a chore, if they don't ask discovery questions, that deal is weak before it even starts. Don't ask me for $3,000 gross if your salesperson couldn't even show the customer how the lane departure warning works. Build value from day one. Learn your product, know your process, ask real questions, show real features, connect with customers why, and you'll get less resistance to the how much. Now let's get real. Sometimes the customer is going to push you hard. They'll threaten to leave. They'll say, I can get it for less down the street. They'll play hardball. And in that moment, you'll want to cave. Don't. Gross requires courage. You are not obligated to match every price. You're not a clearance rack. You are a dealership that provides real value, real service, and a real buying experience. Hold the line when it's right. Walk when the deal doesn't make sense. Back your people when they do it right. We lose more gross to fear than anything else. That said, there's an art to strategic flexibility. Sometimes you bend to make the deal, and that's okay if it's intentional. You flex when the unit matters for your bonus. You flex for a repeat customer. You flex to secure the trade. You flex if you know you'll kill it in finance. The key is to control the frame. Make the customer feel like they earned something, not like you were scared. Structure matters. Words matter. Confidence matters. Make it feel like a win-win, not a bailout. If you've made it this far, you already know that holding gross is about discipline, preparation, and belief in your own value. But if you really want to stress test those skills, try doing it on the last day of the month. Because next time on CarPodChats, we're going full send with episode 13, Month-End Madness, the last day hustle. We're breaking down how to prep your team, how to run the morning meeting, how to motivate your people when they're running on fumes, and how to squeeze every last deal of the day without losing your mind. Trust me, it's the Super Bowl of car sales, and we're going to run the 2-minute drill together. I'm Dan Malavé, and this has been episode 12 of CarPodChats, Gross Goals. Now go out there, hold the line, and remember, we don't discount our value, we deliver it. See you next time.